Okay, so this is the...
Hey, by the way, Mark Malin here, everybody. Mark Malin, the boss.
Right. Sweet Loraine. So this is a single channel amp with a built-in overdrive circuit here, which the overdrive is foot switchable, and then there's also a foot switchable boost. And what the boost does is it basically bypasses all the tone controls because these suck power. That's just the way amps work. Very quickly, this volume typically, you might want to turn it up higher, the preamp volume, if you've got maybe a Strat, down a little bit lower if you've got a Les Paul. So humbuckers are a little bit hotter, you can adjust it there. And then there's the master volume. Tone controls are pretty self-explanatory. There are these various filters here. You've got two separate brights. This is no bright. This is one bright. This is the other bright. Just a little bit different. Just a little bit different tone. This is another filter that fattens up. Louder and fatter. This jazz setting here, again, these are just filters. If you're going for a quieter sound, set it on jazz. Rock is just more powerful. So a typical setup for worship might be, I always like to just start with the tone controls straight up, have the volume about there, and then kind of dial from there. There are two inputs, just use the normal one. The FET input has some additional gain to it. It's a leftover from Alexander Dumble's original design.
Here we go.
So
a little Dumble action.
Yeah, don't
hate on the FET.
Yeah. Why is it there? I have no idea.
It's because you can, Mark.
Yeah, just because I can. So then, for example, to switch in overdrive, you can get it as fuzzy. Or maybe you want more of a bluesy, just kind of some more bite. And then, like I said, this other this volume boost. It's a good thing if you're doing a solo. It just cranks the volume up a little bit. That being said, I think probably in most situations where you're playing in a worship setting, you're probably not going to have this foot pedal controlled. So you're just going to leave it set up. Most likely in a clean setting. There are switches on the back. If you have the foot switch out, you can turn the overdrive in and out.
And how about the back? Should we look at the back?
Yeah. This trim pot basically increases the gain on the overdrive setting. So if you're wanting to do like Mr. Shred, you can crank this way up, or if you're looking for something a little bit more tasteful. Just something you can play around with if you have the overdrive setting engaged. If you don't, this is not even in the circuit, so no worries. Make sure you have the impedance set to the right speaker. This is an 8 ohm speaker. It's set to 8 ohms. If you go to a different cabinet, make sure you set that up. There's an effects loop, which is really nice for something like reverb, for instance. Sometimes when I gig, I'll just put a reverb pedal. I've got a Digitech reverb, just set it on top of the amp and run it through there, and it really works out well. So
cool.
Yeah, that's
the Sweet Loraine.
That's it.
It's a beautiful thing. Thanks, Mark.
You bet.